Okay. We're live. Go ahead.
Welcome. We're so glad that you're joining with us today on this very exciting day. It's Giving Tuesday, and a donor has generously given $50,000 to the school in hopes that our friends today would match that gift.
Yeah.
And what a wonderful opportunity it is for every dollar to be multiplied.
Yes.
And so if you give 100, it's 200. If you give 1,000, it's 2,000. And we just want you to come alongside and help us. You're giving not to a local ministry alone, but you're giving to a global ministry that has made a difference in the world. So it's global, but it's also long term. 125 years of results stand behind us, and we're excited for you to be able to come alongside and help us. It's an exciting day on campus, and the morale on campus, Dr. Prophet, is higher than probably it's been all semester.
Sure.
And the students, I'm sure, are just ecstatic, and maybe others are excited as well. What's going on?
Well, so it's because it's Giving Tuesday. No, it's not. It's not because it's Giving Tuesday. But I got up at 4:30 and looked out the window and said, I don't think we're going to have school today. We have a snow day, shockingly early. And if there's one group of people on campus who like that more than the students, it is the faculty who are delighted.
So they're celebrating.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
They get to get caught up on all the grading and review all the final exams that are just a few weeks away. Make sure they're difficult enough. So it is an exciting day on campus. It's exciting because enrollment's strong.
Yes.
Strongest enrollment in the history of the school earlier this semester, 526. And those are real numbers. You know, there's a lot of things that can be said about enrollment, but those are actually students who are enrolled in our classes, who are getting instruction from our teachers.
Absolutely.
And that is a wonderful thing. And you did not come from a Bible college background. You came from a state college. And so help me understand, why would you give up the opportunity for a tenured position at a state college to come to a Bible college to waste your life, if I can say it that way?
Yeah, that's a great question. I taught a little bit when I was in grad school at a university and loved it. It was wonderful, wonderful atmosphere, loved the students. But over time, what increasingly became clear to me is that in that environment, there's always a wall I'm going to hit in what I can talk about. And what I can't talk about in the classroom are the most important things of all, the eternal things.
Right.
And as my wife and I were thinking and praying about coming to God's Bible School, I felt like the Lord brought to my mind that contrast that you see in the book of Acts when Paul is preaching in Athens, and the Athenians say, this is interesting. Come talk to us more about these interesting ideas you have.
Sure.
And it felt like the Lord was saying, it's time to get out of Athens and get to a place where you can talk about what matters most and people take it seriously. And almost 22 years downstream, would not trade my time here for anything.
Wow. So get out of Athens.
Get out of Athens.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. What is the favorite thing? Obviously, you're the academic dean here, and for those that don't know, that's what he does. And is it administration? Is it mentorship? Is it actual classroom instruction? What gets you out of bed and makes you say, wow, I'm ready to go?
It's all good work. It's all good work. But the thing that gets me up in the morning is the opportunity to impact the lives of students. And to have a front row seat to watch what the Holy Spirit is doing and shaping and forming students for their future. That's what gets me going. That's what makes the paperwork worth doing.
And there's a lot of paperwork. One of the things I struggled with when I received the call about God's Bible School is leaving behind pastoral ministry. It felt like that I was leaving the front lines to go be in the supply chain. And I struggled with that. And frankly, 10 years after, I was mistaken, because this is the front line. This is where we're training the next generation. And I would say to those watching today, if you want to make a difference tomorrow, you need to invest in students today. And it happened in my life. I came here, and it transformed me. You've seen it happen again and again. And we were sharing a little bit before this about some of our favorite alumni stories of what they've accomplished. And and we could literally
Fill the time.
fill the time
Yeah.
with stories from our alumni. But you have a unique twist on that
Yeah.
that I think is important. Tell me what your favorite
Sure.
alumni
Sure.
group is.
So we have a wonderful monument outside this building, the Centenary Monument, that names some wonderful alumni who have been well known in ministry circles for the impact they made. And I think that's fantastic.
Sure.
My vision of the GBS alumni is the unknown alumni. You know, as a country, we have a tomb of the unknown.
Sure.
To remember those who don't have their name in the history books. And I love the army of alumni from God's Bible School that did not get high elected formal position, but they plugged into a local church. They plugged into a Christian school, a mission field. And year after year, they did the work of the kingdom. Not with a big splash, but making a difference in life after life after life.
Wow.
And I experienced that in my local church. Alumni who are glue people. They do what needs to be done for the work of the church to move forward.
Right. And the world is filled with those.
Yeah.
And when you said that to me earlier, I thought that's what we want.
Yeah.
Obviously, we love the alumni who've gone out and made a name for themselves for the glory of God.
Absolutely.
And a name for GBS as well. But more important than that are students who leave here and do what they were trained to do.
Yes.
And it's interesting as I travel around the world, the United States specifically, how many people I run into who were students who are doing the faithful work of ministry. And, frankly, ministry, Aaron, is more than standing behind a pulpit.
Sure.
We like to think that is the only avenue of ministry is the guy who gets to speak in church. But when you boil it down, yes, he is ministering. The musicians are ministering.
Absolutely.
The person who's leading the singing aspect of worship is ministering. But so are the people in the pew.
Yes.
They're responding, and they're doing the Sunday school classes, and they're giving a cup of cold water in Jesus' name on Monday and Tuesday. And so our passion is to train everyone who comes through here, whether they're in a pulpit, whether they're in a classroom, or whether they're an attorney or a nurse on a floor.
Absolutely.
That's what we want. We want that stamp. We call it the GBS stamp. And it's the stamp of ministry. Life is ministry, and ministry is truly life. One of my favorite alumni stories is from the early 1900s. Two ladies came to GBS from West Virginia, and they enrolled in some courses, and through the course of the year, they felt like God had called them to Africa, and really nothing more specific than just God called them to Africa. And they applied to a missions board. That missions board turned them down. They felt like the ladies' health were too frail, and so they went home back to West Virginia, worked a little bit, saved enough money to buy their passage on a steamer from New York to South Africa. And they got on that steamer in New York, traveled to South Africa, and when they were about to dock in South Africa, one of the ladies said to the other, where are you going to go? She said, I don't know. The Lord just told me to get on a northbound train. She said, that's what the Lord told me. So these two ladies got on a northbound train in South Africa and started north. And day after day, they would get up, and the Lord didn't tell me to get off. And so they stayed on. One morning, one of the ladies got up and said, the Lord told me to get off the next stop. The other lady said, well, God has not told me. And so the next stop literally was a whistle stop. It was a place where they were taking on water. There was a platform and nothing else. There wasn't a station house. There was nothing. And as the story goes, the one thought she'd lost her mind, but this is what God had asked her to do. So she got off with her bag in her hand and stood with vast nothingness in front of her. The train cleared the station, and she turned to look on the other side of the tracks, and again, nothing for miles. She could see nothing, but there was a man there. And they introduced, he spoke English, and he asked her what she was doing. She said, well, God told me to get off the train here. And he said, well, God told me that a missionary was going to be here this morning, so I came to pick you up.
Oh, my.
And that was the beginning of the ministry for her. The other lady stayed on the train, I think, another 4 or 6 hours, and got off at the next station. It was actually a larger village, and she started an orphanage there. But those are the kinds of missionaries who've left this place to make a difference. And I want to see that happen again in our day.
Yes.
And with your giving, you help students to be able to accomplish those kinds of things. And so we've actually made giving levels, Aaron, pretty easy this time. We broke it down into levels that are, well, bite-sized.
Yes.
You can sponsor a lunch or several lunches, right?
Yeah.
We figure it costs about $25 a day per student to feed them, and that's an opportunity for some who are watching right now.
Yeah.
$25, and we recognize $25 is a lot of money too.
It is. Yeah.
But it is something that you can do to help. Another neat thing that we've looked at is sponsoring a class.
Yeah.
And it's for those who have means and are able to do it, $5,000 would help sponsor a Bible class for a semester. And what Bible classes, Aaron, are ongoing right now?
Absolutely.
So it gives them an idea of the kind of class that they could sponsor.
So, some really that a lot of our first year and second year students are taking in the fall semester. We start students out in Bible with New Testament literature. So dive in, get that survey of all of Scripture, and then next semester many of them will move into Old Testament literature. Because it's really hard to build on a basis if you haven't thoroughly looked at the entire Bible. And then a lot of second year students are going to be in Christian beliefs right now. Foundations of Wesleyan holiness doctrine. What do you believe, and how does that derive from Scripture? So those are the kinds of classes we're talking about.
Wow. And very qualified teachers, right?
Thank God.
How many professors do we have? I'm testing you here. Have PhDs or equivalent?
Yeah, I'm going to struggle on that one. It's a high percentage. We just had another one this fall complete a PhD. So we're now at 9, 10, something like that. Yeah, at least. Maybe a couple more.
Yeah, when you add some of the folks in that are not just full-time
teachers.
I think it jumps up a little
bit
higher.
more than that. Yep.
But we actually had 2 this fall. One finished in educational psychology or something.
Yeah.
I happen to know a little bit about that, whatever it is.
Education,
yeah, shout out to Rob right there. I don't know what your degree is, but I'm proud of you. And then one of our Bible faculty, he wants to keep it on the lowdown. But Aaron, I don't understand this, but he just wanted to go back.
Second doctorate.
And we're just so proud of him for, a fantastic job.
Keeping the tool sharp.
Right. That's exactly
the faculty want to keep up with things so that they can provide students the best education possible, because these are formative years that will go with them through their lives in ministry.
Reminds me when soon after I got to GBS, 2016, 17, somewhere in there, you let me know that Dr. Brown, Alan Brown, who is on probably the tail end of his teaching career, honestly, but he had enrolled in Hebrew classes.
Every modern Hebrew class the University of Cincinnati taught.
I just can't imagine that. And here's a guy who really, he's earned it, right?
Absolutely.
He could pack it in.
He could coast if he wanted to.
And he could just eke out his final 100 years and and do it. But here he is enrolled in classes. And so that's the kind of professor who's in the classroom teaching.
Absolutely.
And we are so excited to have a strong Bible core here.
Absolutely.
Which leads to the question that many have asked me over the course of years, and that is about Bible accreditation.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we have accreditation with HLC, which is the regional.
Yep.
That's kind of the secular, I like to say, where we get the Good Housekeeping stamp of approval from them. That means we're on the same level as
In our area, you've got University of Cincinnati, Xavier University, Cincinnati State, you've got Cedarville, University of Dayton. All of these are HLC institutions. Ohio State, the Ohio State, HLC accredited.
You know, interesting about Ohio State, I looked up why they started doing the in front of it, and it's just put them separate.
Be a little bit different.
It's
Yep.
just, wow, it's interesting. So we're also members of a consortium, right?
Yeah.
And what does that provide?
So SOCHI is a consortium of, I think, about 30 colleges and universities, particularly in Southwest Ohio, into Northern Kentucky. We do a lot of professional development with them, and we also have cross-registration for students. So our students at no additional tuition cost are able to take classes from those colleges and universities.
So you're telling me that a student can come here, enroll in classes here, stay in our dorms, and take classes at some of these state universities at our tuition rates?
Absolutely.
Wow.
And these are opportunities to study things we don't necessarily offer. So a student who feels called into future teaching in history, for example. We have some history classes, not enough to prepare a teacher, but one of our academy teachers did an integrative studies degree here, studying history and political science through the consortium. Now she's teaching government and history classes for us.
Well, it's a great opportunity because they can take classes that we don't offer, and we don't apologize, right, that we don't offer those classes. That's not us, right?
Exactly.
We're very missional in what we're doing, but they stay in our dorm, right? They eat in our cafeteria.
Absolutely.
They rub shoulders with us.
They process what they're learning with faculty here. Right. So if there are worldview conflicts, they've got a community that can help them sort through that.
Right, which is so important.
Yeah,
if you have a student at home, I would just tell you that this is something you need to pay attention to. One of the things that strikes me on a number of occasions when I get over to the University of Cincinnati's campus is how vastly different our worldviews are.
For sure.
And you just drive down Old Hamburger Alley to our alumni. If you haven't been over there in a while, Hamburger Alley's gone. It's high-rise apartments and dormitories, and I kind of miss the old days, frankly.
Yes, sir.
And buildings are going up all the time over there.
Still good food.
There is good food. There is good food, but it's not the Old Hamburger Alley.
It's not.
So, but there is good food over there. Adriatico's is still there.
It's still there.
I'm not sure I'd put that in the good food category. I know I just lost a lot of donors
college food.
there, but it is college food, that's for sure. Anyway, but you go over there, and a 5-minute drive, and you know that the worldview is not a biblical worldview. It's not a Christ-centered worldview, and truly, it can be said that if you send your students to some of these universities, most of these universities, you're letting them be trained by the Babylonians. And it's what you said early on, what God prompted you, how God prompted you to leave the state systems to come teach here. But back, we jumped around a little bit, and we jumped over accreditation. And so why, Aaron, do we have two? I mean, that's a lot of work. We got 2 visits coming up here in
the next year.
So here we go. But why 2?
So they hold us accountable in different ways for different things. Before HLC accreditation, our strategic planning was less developed. Our integration of budget and planning and assessment was less developed. And credit transferability was a little more challenging.
You mean we have a budget?
We've got a budget. Because if I've got to spend money, you know the question is this in your budget? Which is a good question. Our Bible College accreditor, ABHE, holds us accountable for having a Bible Corps, for requiring students to be involved in practical ministry. So it's not just classroom learning, but it's flowing out into ministry. And they also have higher expectations for quality of student life than HLC. And so the care of students is a high priority for ABHE. These are our brothers and sisters in the faith. And they hold us accountable for remaining orthodox and committed to outreach.
So what I'm hearing you say is basically accreditation isn't controlling.
Oh, no.
It's actually accountability.
Absolutely.
And it's not so much they tell you, ABHE does tell us we have to have a Bible Corps.
Absolutely.
They don't necessarily tell us what's in the Corps.
No.
And they don't tell us what we have to teach in those classes.
Absolutely.
And the same is true with HLC.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of people who have the misconception that the moment that you receive these levels of accreditation, that you are somehow manipulated into teaching what they're requiring. That is just categorically untrue.
In fact, the key question for both of these accrediting agencies is, are you accomplishing your
That's
mission? And so we've even had teams kind of push the envelope on us to see if we would, if we'd give in and say, well, you know, we kind of explain things. And when we held the line, they said, all right, that's what we wanted to see.
That's where we're at, and that's what we appreciate. And so I mentioned this, that it's the good housekeeping seal of approval that we have on what we're doing. They are saying to you, saying to us, you guys are fulfilling the mission that you're stating. And there's a lot of work, though.
There's a lot of work.
I'm telling you, we're in the middle of getting geared up with the self-studies, but it's a good thing.
It is.
It is a good thing. It stretches us. In the middle of it, I don't like it. But at the end, it really helps us to be better at what we claim to be
100%.
And so that's a neat thing. And, you know, the other thing, I mentioned accountability. And, you know, it's easy. I'm an ideas guy. And I love to just float ideas, but I need to have that tension of somebody in your position who says, hey, great idea. We need to make sure that we actually have an infrastructure in place to accomplish what we need to accomplish. And so that's exciting to see how that happens.
Absolutely.
Another opportunity for people to give to is to sponsor a student.
Yes.
And yes, our students pay tuition. Let me just say that. We're not trying to play games here. We're not trying to be unethical and say, sponsor a student and they won't have to pay their school bill. That's not it. But our tuition levels are specifically structured in a way that we keep our tuition costs as low as absolutely possible. Why do we do that?
We do not want students to graduate with debt at a level that keeps them from entering a low-paying ministry position and following their calling.
Absolutely.
And so often our median, the Department of Education reports on student debt. And I'll look at us up periodically just to check, and our median student debt is 0.
Wow.
And that's because of that low tuition cost.
So honestly, it's a bad business model.
It is. Yeah.
We know the exact lever to pull to make our budget balance without having donations like this. We know. But we deliberately don't. And you and I and a team of folks here on campus deliberately put that on our shoulders. And we do that in a couple of ways. Number one, if you knew, and you do know, but if you knew what our staff and faculty were compensated like, you would understand that they're here sacrificially because they buy into the mission of God's Bible.
Absolutely.
And we do our best. We try to give where we can, and there are some perks here. I'm just being transparent. There are perks here, housing and benefits like that. But when it comes down to actually what we get in our pocketbooks, it's not great.
No.
But they bought in.
Absolutely.
And so that's the first way that we shoulder it. And we're right there in the trenches with them. And second is we have a team who goes out and tries to raise it. And honestly, that's what we're doing here today.
For sure.
And this is kind of last minute for us. You know, GBS, for all of those who want to know the inside story, here it is. GBS media team never does anything halfway.
That's right.
And so a week ago, I said, hey, let's do something for Giving Tuesday. And I put them in a panic. And I think they're still in a panic today. And so literally, we are filming with an iPhone. And it's exciting.
It is.
They're sweating bullets. I'm not.
Word of the day is experiment.
Oh, it's so much fun. But we do things. It's planned out, and they do a great job. And we do that through giving, systematic giving opportunities, and 1810 sustaining donor programs, and all of those kinds of things are what we're trying to accomplish. And it's exciting, and they help. Right?
Oh, hugely.
Do you remember, Aaron, what the average gift is to God's Bible School?
I do not.
$33.
Wow.
And $33. Now, we get some big gifts.
Sure.
And I hope that there's some folks here that can. Well, we already did that $50,000 match,
Absolutely.
Right? That blows our mind that God has blessed us with that kind of gift.
Yes.
And we're going to give a report on what's been given here in a little while. it's just coming right along. I had somebody call me last night. They saw that we were doing this today. They called me and said, I want to get in right now.
Thank God.
And pledged $1,000.
Thank the Lord.
And so that's exciting. And I'm sure that there's others who have come alongside and are already participating in the giving. There's a lot that you and I can talk about. The one thing I will say is most Tuesdays and Thursdays, and generally Fridays, you and I get up before dawn, and we trudge down to the school gymnasium, and we play basketball.
Yes, sir.
And staff and faculty gather down there. And every once in a while, when we need an extra, we'll call a student.
Yep.
But we didn't do it today.
No.
But I'm here to tell you, this guy is quite a three-point shooter. You just ask anybody who shows up. I just go down, and it's exercise.
It's wonderful
And,
exercise.
That's
for
what
sure.
we accomplished. But we want to just say we're so happy that you're here with us today. Thank you for your support. We know that this is not the quality that you normally expect from us. We get that. But we hope that you get the passion of our hearts.
Yes.
That we're trying to accomplish something for the kingdom of God. I don't believe for a moment that God is wrapping things up, folding the game back in the box, so to speak, and saying it's all over. I think the future's bright.
Agreed.
And I think it's our opportunity today to seize the moment and train this generation. I said it before, if you want to make a difference in tomorrow, invest in a student today. Invest in God's Bible School. We unashamedly ask you. And we unashamedly tell you that we need you to come alongside and help us in a special way. Later today, we have another special announcement of a new project we've started. And I can't wait to share that. We're going to give updates about the building, the foyer project, and the giving on that. There's just so much. You don't want to go away from this. Just stay logged in. Just keep it on your screen. Your boss will forgive you for the day. We want you just to have a great time with us. And know that we love you, alumni. You guys are making a difference. You're making us proud. And we wish we could contact all of you individually and specifically and tell you how proud we are. But we just want you to know that we appreciate what you're doing. Aaron, I'm going to get out of here because here's the deal. The president can sit here and say whatever he wants, right? And you got to sit there and nod and act like you agree. But it's good for me to just get out and let you talk and let some others talk. And so there's going to be student interviews and staff interviews and stories, and I don't need to be here to control all of that. And so I'm going to sneak out of here.
Very good.
And Miss V, why don't you come in here? And you take the mic, and you and the good doc here can say whatever you want. Well, maybe.
Sonia, welcome.
Thank you so much. Actually, I'm going to get somebody to help me put my mic
Fantastic.
on so that you'll actually be able to hear me.
So this next little bit, we're going to talk a little bit about spiritual formation and discipleship on campus. And my colleague Sonia Vernon, our Vice President for Student Affairs, is heavily involved in that. And we're going to bring a third person in if we can all squeeze in here.
Yes, we are. Come on in, Mr. Miles.
I'll slide around a little bit. I'm going to get rid of my microphone and pass that to Vice President for Spiritual Life, Richard Miles, one of the rocks of God's Bible School.
Indeed,
and,
he is.
Me and Sonia will talk
I
a little.
am who I am today because of Richard Miles. All right. Well, we're really excited to be here. When we've been talking a lot about why we do what we do here. Why should you give today on Giving Tuesday? Because if you don't believe in what we do, then keep your money. But we think that God is helping us to do some really great things here on campus. So Aaron and I think for a little bit are going to talk about one of the things we do that's very dear to our hearts. And Aaron, I think if you talk, you should be able to be heard on my mic if you yell really loud.
Oh, yeah.
So Mr. Miles is the Vice President for Spiritual Life. Just a bit of trivia. When I first came here to GBS as Dean of Women, In 2000, he was the vice president for student affairs, which is what I do now. So I learned a lot from him. He poured so much into my life. And we're so thrilled that he's our vice president for spiritual life now. That is kind of a glorified campus pastor. He does a lot more than campus pastor, but that pastoral care and love for our students and counseling that he does, to me, is one of the greatest gifts that he brings to our campus. And so, Mr. Miles, we would just love to hear from you. What are some things that you see GBS doing to pour into the lives of our students here as far as discipleship? And I know you've even made strides into our online community with our online students and helping to walk with them and disciple them. And we would just love to hear from you.
I think the discipleship has been one of the more exciting things that's happened. It's always happened. It happened when I was here, back in the dark ages. You know, they call me the Rock. That's because I'm petrified. I've been here so long. And, it's always been going on. But what I've noticed over the years is it has become such an ingrained part of our culture. It's not something we have to force. We don't have to demand it. We don't have to grade people on it. It just is happening. And it happens casually, informally, and formally. And in the classrooms, the dining hall, the dorms, the offices, on a hiking trail, just all kinds of things. And you know, the Great Commission, Jesus told us to make disciples. And we say we're preparing faithful servants. And I think that's exactly what's happening here.
Fantastic.
Absolutely. What are so why don't you tell the people that are watching now, what are some things that you specifically do on campus? I know you're involved in chapels and some other things.
Yeah, a lot of what I do is one-on-one. I meet with a lot of students and employees and alumni. And some of those are online students. We had, a while back, we had maybe a bigger push on that, but hopefully we can reignite that a little bit more. But so it's a lot of pastoral counseling, mentoring, that type of thing. But we also, of course, we have the chapel services. And one of the beautiful things about chapel is I think it's some of the best and most uplifting and encouraging worship that I participate in. And I get that same feeling and response from students. And they always rate very highly the chapel services.
That is one of the biggest things we see on alumni surveys. I think one of the biggest things they miss when they leave GBS are those chapel services.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yes.
And the students not only come and worship together collectively, which is always a beautiful thing, but they also participate musically. And now there's a new thing that's just been happening. Dr. Alan Brown taught a plenary session on public praying in the public worship service. And I was not there, but students came and talked to me about this and said it was so exciting. And they had a lot of follow-up questions. And they wanted to pray in chapel now.
I love it.
And so on most Fridays, we'll have a ministerial student lead the prayer, and that's their initiative.
Yeah.
And then it's not just chapel. We have Sunday night services here. Going back COVID time, we started Sunday night services here. A lot of students still go to other churches, but it's an option for students if they don't have that option at Sunday night. And some go to afternoon ministries and churches and still come to the Sunday night service. It's fairly well attended. And the nice thing about that, it's another worship service, a little more casual, but it's still a serious worship service. And most of the time now, used to be less than half, but most of the time now, at least this second semester, ministerial students will be preaching.
Oh, that's great.
And they used to do every other Sunday night. And they came to me last year and said, we've got enough preachers, students that want to preach. I said, then let's let them preach.
I love that.
And so they preach nearly every Sunday night, starting about 3 weeks ago they started. And they also lead the singing, accompany on the piano, sometimes the piano and organ, occasionally guitar. And So it just gives an opportunity, again, not only to worship together, but to lead.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Put
And-
those skills into
Yeah.
action.
Yes.
And it's just a variety of students. Some of them I didn't know they even had this skill.
Exactly.
And they're up there leading the singing and doing a great job with it.
great.
Yes.
And then Wednesday nights are very similar. We have them lead the music, and occasionally they'll speak. They'll do testimonies in both of those services, and those can be really powerful.
Yes.
They're not just getting up there and saying something.
Yes.
They're really relevant to their growth, and they're very transparent, very honest, and I think those are powerful times.
Yes.
And so, and the Wednesday nights we get to do different things. Sometimes we'll have a panel discussion. Students will lead. They like to go on the patio and have a prayer and praise service, and they run that. They just take that, and that's a student event. And then recently we had student government lead a prayer time, an emphasis on prayer on the Wednesday. And that was there, and they came to me and said, can we do this? Well, of course you can do this. Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like we're really seeing students
Yes.
buy into the discipleship
Yes.
culture
Yes.
and
Yes.
contribute to it, not just passively receive.
And just as somebody who occasionally is able to be in those, particularly the Sunday night services, also the Wednesday nights, I love those, but he said people that you don't expect. So there's been students I've heard preach and have just been floored as I listen to scripture just pouring out of them and listening to them open their hearts and share. And so not only are they're able to start leading, they're able to start discipling others. I love to watch, occasionally I'm in the dorms because of my job. And I remember being with the young men one night after one of the guys had preached and watching them come around him.
That's great.
It was the coolest
That's
thing.
great.
And you could tell they were so proud of their classmate for how God had helped them. And that's the kind of peer pressure I want on this campus.
Absolutely.
Right? That's the kind of thing where it's student led, and they're getting a vision of what God can do in them.
Yeah.
And so I love that we have places for them not only to be mentored in the classroom and they're getting all this head knowledge, but they're able to put that head knowledge to practice. And that's what it's all about. That's when it starts getting real. That's when I start getting goosebumps. And
Because ministry isn't something they do only after they graduate.
Absolutely.
It has to start now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Turning the tassel doesn't magically.
Right.
And if
Right.
you're not careful, they're going to disciple us. I went to the dining hall
that's so good.
for breakfast one morning, and I sat with a couple of guys. And as I sat there, more and more guys came in, and then they got their Bibles out, and they were starting their little group where they'd study scripture and pray and maybe have accountability. And they invited me to stay. I had to leave, but I thought, wow.
That's great.
So, if we're not careful, they're going to be discipling us.
I love it.
Make it so, Lord.
Yes,
Yes.
make it so.
You've used the word culture for this. Can you talk a little about why that word matters for you?
Yeah, I guess I didn't know what to expect when I came here so many years ago. And I kind of felt like, as VP for Student Affairs, that this was my job, but then I realized as time went on, I started seeing this culture develop where it just became us at God's Bible School. Matter of fact, I told the faculty one time, I said, when I came here, I thought this, this spiritual emphasis, it was kind of us, student affairs. Yeah. And I said, now I feel like I'm running to catch up to you guys because they are so involved in the students' lives, in their homes, in the classrooms, in churches, on trips they take together. It just is becoming, it's just happening. It's coming from the inside.
Yes. Speaking of homes, we have discipleship groups that meet every other Wednesday night, I think about twice a month. And these are optional. No one has to do them. And it has been incredible to see the response of our faculty and staff, first of all, to say, I want to open my home to students twice a month. And so this semester, we have 14 homes that are open every other Wednesday night or so. and over 100 students are participating in those discipleship groups.
Right.
And that is just, wow. Again, that says our students want to be part of this. And it says to me, our faculty and staff also, like you said, it's a culture of we want to pour into these students.
Yeah, and when we had the emphasis on prayer, one of the closing things they did was talk about the different opportunities. Now we have prayer and fast scheduled times for the chapel on Wednesdays, but now there's a group that says, come and meet us at 7, and it's an informal thing. On Thursdays, there's a formal prayer time in there, and then I found out that one of our administrators opened their home every Saturday evening, and students are allowed to just come in and pray, and then you have them in the dorms, like I said, in the dining hall. It's just great.
This is part of that cultural difference President Loper talked about earlier
Yes.
between University of Cincinnati, one of my alma maters,
Yes.
and no criticism,
Yes.
but the culture there and the culture here, this student-initiated engagement
Yes.
with spiritual growth. It's amazing.
Yes.
And again, that willingness to take part even in things that are not mandated.
Exactly.
Because, you know, on a college campus, a Christian college campus, one of ABHE's expectations is that we have times where students are required to be. We have chapels, services that students are required to be in. But we also see these discipleship groups where a majority of our campus student body wants to be there. Every Tuesday, Mr. Miles is in charge of, and has different people lead a communion service in our small Shmuel chapel. And that chapel is often packed with students and staff. Again, not mandatory. It's smaller, but just opportunities that students and staff want to come together and worship and share that culture.
And occasionally, the students will actually administer the communion.
That's great.
That's a super special thing that we're seeing. As we kind of wind down our section, we were also talking about, again, why give?
Yeah.
And I thought it would be really neat for us to hear a couple things from our students.
Yeah, it's great.
How has your giving impacted them?
Yes.
So we want to create spaces where they come and they are involved in this culture, this spiritual, almost incubator in some ways, to allow them to grow spiritually. But if they can't afford it, they can't get here.
Yeah.
And so I actually sent out an email, a general email last week to our students and said, do you have any stories you'd love to share with me about how the financial packages at GBS, the scholarships, all of this helped you to get here? And I want to read 2 really brief things to you right now. I'm going to redact the names and some of the content that might give it away because I want to protect privacy. But I was so moved by some of the things our students sent. I had an international student send this to me. The financial assistance I received through scholarships, awards, and on-campus employment made it possible for me to afford my final semester of college before entering full-time ministry. And I believe this student already has a position lined up to head into full-time ministry. Without this support, I would not have been able to complete my degree. Coming from a background with no formal education and having grown up in a communist country, higher education once felt like an impossible dream, far beyond anything I could afford. Yet, thanks to the generous donors of GBSC, that dream became a reality. I was able to finish college in the United States, a country I never imagined I would ever have the chance to visit. I thank God, the donors, and GBSC for making this miracle possible in my life. And then one other one from a student that came from the U.S. I decided to come to GBSC 2 weeks before classes started. I had no idea, and she came a few years ago. I had no idea what I was getting myself into, but I believe God spoke through my friends to get me here. Ever since then, I've been so grateful for the opportunity to create lasting friendships and to gain a deeper understanding of biblical truths. I can't even describe how much my faith has strengthened while being here. It seemed almost every semester I didn't think I could stay, but through the offered scholarships, I've been able to continue to be a student here. I am so incredibly grateful for the spiritual growth I've gained. I will forever be grateful to the donors who made it possible for me. Those are just two small examples, and we'll share more through the day of students that your giving is directly impacting. And that makes a massive difference in their lives and allows them to come into this community of discipleship and growth. So we've really enjoyed being with you. I think we're going to talk now. I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Matt Hallam. He's going to spend some time talking about some ministry here on campus. And we're excited about today, and we're excited about you continuing to be part of this.
And you're going to hear directly
Yes.
from some students.
Absolutely.
In just a minute here.
Yes.
Well, welcome to this segment of Giving Tuesday. Let me move over a little bit so you can see me. So my name's Dr. Matt Hallam. I am super excited about this session. They asked me to do this, and while I'm the VP of enrollment here at God's Bible School and College, before that, I was actually a student pastor down at Main Street Chapel, and I continue to be pastor down there. So ministry is something that I'm excited about, but I didn't want to just talk about myself today. I brought along a few ladies that are going to help us with this segment. So I'm going to ask them just to introduce themselves.
Hi, I'm Madeline Concio. I'm from Florida.
I'm Alana Lavery, and I'm from South Dakota.
And just the whole thing about Madeline, everyone calls her Madeline except for my family. She's involved in our ministry down at Main Street. And all my children have 5 letters in their name, so we decided that she had to have 5 letters as well. So her nickname for my family in ministry is Maddie. So thank you for joining us today. As I said, I'm the Vice President of Enrollment here, but I've been pastoring in the inner city since I was a student here at God's Bible School and College. It was 2003 when the current director of engagement ministries asked me to take on that role. And sometimes God opens up doors for you, and sometimes he pushes you through open doors, and that was really what happened for me. I didn't feel like I was ready for it, but all of a sudden, this opportunity sprang up, and people were saying, you need to do it. So I started there, and I had done ministry before, but it was really during that time that my passion for ministry grew. And that's been something, I met my wife while we were down at Main Street. And since then, my wife, my 5 children, and then many, many students over the years have been involved down there as well. And that story is really not unique to me. Many of our alumni out there have had similar experiences. And I would just ask you right now, if you're listening out there, why don't you just drop in the comments one of the ministries that you've been involved in? You know, it was one of the missions, or whether it's the jail ministry, maybe it was personal witnessing team, or something else. That would be that'd be something that I'd like to see. And feel free to join in any ministry memories as well. But from the beginning, ministry has been central to the mission of God's Bible School and College. Back in around 1900, when Martin Wells Knapp was looking for a place to start God's Bible School and College, he was looking for a place not only where people could come and be trained, that was central, but also as a place where students could go out and do practical ministry. That's just important to our DNA. Our name is actually God's Bible School and College and Missionary Training Center, because we value that training that happens from hands-on ministry. So since the beginning, GIs of the Cross, Salvation Boat, the missions that have happened downtown, we've been very involved in ministry. But that's not just something that's happened in the past. That's something that's still going on now. And I'm excited to have Madeline and Alana with us today to talk about some of the current things that they're doing. So they've introduced themselves, but why don't we start off here with Madeline and just tell us a little bit. You're involved in multiple ministries, but specifically I ask you here today for the ministry that you're helping to lead. Could you tell us just a little bit about that ministry, what you do?
Absolutely, yeah. So I lead hospital singers, and we go into the hospital because a lot of these people cannot go to church on Sundays, and so we bring church to them. And so it really has blessed so many of us because we get to see the joy and the peace, honestly, that we can bring to so many people that are in a really difficult time.
So tell me, I mean, this happens on Sunday afternoons. Mm-hmm. Most people out there are probably taking a Sunday afternoon nap. You guys aren't. You're college students, of course, so you don't have that ritual in place yet. But there's a lot of other things you could be doing. What is it like to go into a hospital? What hospitals do you go into, and what does it look like?
Yeah, absolutely. So we go into Crest Hospital. It's just like 5 minutes down the road. And yeah, we just like walk in and we talk to the nurses, and we just sing first in the like open main area. And then we go into patients' rooms and we ask, hey, like, is there a favorite song? Anything like that. And yeah, we just sing and we pray with them. And most of the time they are crying sometimes. Like they are just so like overfilled with joy. And it's really cool to watch.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, we don't take afternoon naps usually, but like this just brings so much peace that really like you come back and you don't even need a nap anymore.
Sure.
Because you were just like worshiping with these other people and bringing worship to God and being the hands and feet of Jesus.
Yeah. Well, I know a lot about you, Maddie, and I know enough to know that you don't need to do that to get your engaged ministry credits because you're already doing other things. You help down with the kids club at our church and do different ministries. So my question, you kind of answered a little bit already, but why? Why on a Sunday afternoon go and do that ministry whenever you don't really have to?
Just because these people do not have church, and in this community to have a church, and if that's absolutely what we would do, there's no reason why healthy college students cannot walk into a hospital and sing. We have such talent at our college, and we can use that. And yeah, so it makes me so happy to be able to do this ministry because we're using our gifts for God, and it makes me really happy for us and proud of us for using our gifts.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing. We'll go over to Elena. Am I saying it right, Elena? I always get this mixed up.
It's
Okay.
Elena.
I usually say Elana or something else, Elena, but it's Elena. So Elena's been coming down to our church for a while as well, but she's also involved in other ministry, which there's some kind of neat stories that go along with that. Us a little bit. I mean, your family is very involved in ministry as well. Where are you from? What's your family do? What did you do before you came here? And then tell us a little bit about what you do now.
Yeah, so I'm from South Dakota. I've grown up in a mission organization and a Native American reservation, and my dad's currently on sabbatical as the mission president. So I've grown up in ministry. I've been involved in kids ministry for as long as I can remember. And so last year when I came to GBS, I started helping with the Laurel Homes Kids Club, which is a student-led ministry here. And this semester I'm actually leading that kids club. So yeah.
It's a big change. So from the reservation to the inner city, you've probably seen some changes and some similarities. What are the differences? What are the similarities between the ministries?
Yeah, so they are very different. I mean, the city is definitely different than the middle of nowhere, South Dakota. But I think there's a lot of similarities in the way that some of the common struggles and the family situations and some of the poverty levels and things are very similar.
Sure. Now, again, I know you well enough, Alana, to know that you don't need to do this. Again, it's on a Sunday afternoon, correct?
Yes.
And you don't have to be down there on a Sunday afternoon because you're already getting your ministry credits in other ways. Why do you do this?
I do this because I have seen the impact that it's made. It's changed me. It's changed my relationship with God. But I have a passion for kids ministry because I see that through the kids we can impact their families and therefore impact the community. And some of these areas are very dark and there's very hard things going on. But through a simple 3 hours a week on Sunday, we have such a in to share the light of Jesus in the darkness.
Yeah. Now, the ministry you're connected with has kind of a neat connection, too, that a lot of our listeners out there may not be aware of. You, for years, Laurel Homes Kids Club meant like in this dank, dark basement. I mean, probably for 20, 30, I remember going there 20, 30 years. And then something happened just this semester where they weren't allowed to meet there anymore for some reason. And all of a sudden you had to find a new place to meet. Tell us a little bit about that and the connection that you made during that process.
Yeah, so when I came in as leader, we currently didn't have a church, and because of weather, we kind of needed a place to meet with the kids and safety reasons and such. So I started looking into things in the area because of insurance things. We have to walk with the kids. We don't want to drive them in a vehicle. So we have to find something in a very local area. And so I started looking into, there was only a very few options of buildings in the area. We prayed about it. Our team was praying about it a lot. We had other people helping us. And we reached out to several places and we couldn't figure out what to do, but we really wanted to start and we felt like that's what God wanted us to do. And so one of the last places that I found, I reached out to, and it's called the River Church Cincinnati. And I reached out to them and I didn't hear back But then a few days later, the pastor of that church, Corey Bowman, actually came to our chapel and spoke. And so I was able to make a great connection with him, and they have allowed us to use their church. It has been way better than the previous facility. It allows us room for growth. It's in an amazing location. And so it was just completely a God thing, and our team is so very grateful for that.
I think you're leaving out a key tidbit to this. Who's Corey Bowman? They may not know.
So Corey Bowman ran for the mayoral race of Cincinnati, but he is the vice president of the U.S.'s half brother.
Okay, so J.D. Vance, if you know him, this is his brother, where they're doing ministry, and we've kind of made that connection here, so it's kind of neat to see that happen. Now, you're probably very familiar in the past that we've had Thanksgiving dinners here at God's Bible School and College. So that goes back way throughout our history. There's pictures, there's plaques here around campus, and that's been something that, for those that are in ministry, it's like, can we somehow get that back? I know things have changed now, and it's maybe not the same as what it used to be. But through your ministry down there, you've done something similar to that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so when Corey Bowman came to our chapel, I think President Loper was talking to him about the Thanksgiving dinner, and he was very interested, and his church wanted to start something like that again. And so this Thanksgiving, they actually did, definitely not as big as it was in the past, but they're starting out small and they're wanting to grow it. So they hosted a Thanksgiving dinner in partnership with GBS, and so a lot of our some of our staff and ACA staff, they were able to go and help serve that Thanksgiving meal in the local community. So it made a great connection through this kids club, and we reached out for the church building. It has made such an amazing connection for other ministry opportunities in connection with that church.
Yeah. So if you're looking for a reason to give, there's a good reason to give. We help to fund that meal, and that's something that we want to continue to do, is to reach out to our community and make a difference here. We're going to move into our next segment here soon, but before we do that, I'd like each of you to share a favorite memory from your ministries. Now, we know if you're in ministry, if you've been in ministry for any amount of time, you have memories. Those aren't always good events, but they're memories that you have. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they're sad. Share whatever you like. So.
Okay. Well, every week I walk away from Kids Club with something funny and something good and something hard. Every week, the kids amaze me with the things they say. They're amazing. But I think recently my favorite memory was we had a really challenging little kid. He was super high energy, and you know, sometimes you have those kids, you're like, are they even gaining anything here? Sure. But we were just working with him. Our team loves the kids so much, just a lot of one-on-one connection. And we had been going through the wordless book and just explaining what that meant. That was our lesson series. And this little kid, at the end of it, he told me every color of the wordless book and what it meant. So he shared the gospel to me, and he remembered that. And so that was just super powerful to me.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. Maddie, tell us a little bit about some memory that you have. I'm sure you have some interesting ones at the hospital.
Yeah, for sure. So we go into the Spine and Joint Center, which is a very secluded, maybe, part of the hospital. Sure. It's probably one of the most just very sensitive parts of the hospital. And a really cool memory is when people started opening their doors more. Lots of them have like glass doors, and they close them a lot. But then we started having people opening them. And it was after a couple of times of us going up there. And it was really cool. It was really cool, this memory, I think, because we finally were making an impact on a very like dark and just closed down floor. Yes. And a lot of the other floors are very open. So we hadn't really like had that experience of like kept going back. But we did. We kept going. And it's just been really cool to see the change of people and how they now want to hear us and they open their doors more.
Wow, that's really neat. So that's just a little ministry segment. Join us this evening. We're going to cover some different ministries. These are two of my favorites, but we have many other ministries that are happening here around campus. So ministry isn't just something that happened in the past here at God's Bible School and College. It's something that's still happening now. And like they said, it's not just something they're doing to learn, but where they're actually having an impact on the community here. So we're going to turn you over. We've got a treat for you. The president and then Kent Stetler. So they're both a treat, but we're going to turn it over to them at this time.
Well, as you can see, there's a lot of exciting things happening, and ministry is not past tense here. It's present tense, and we're going forward, accomplishing great things. Thank you, Matt and team, for those great stories, and I know that you've enjoyed them as much as I have. Well, we told you that we'd have some exciting things happen today, and we're sharing some of those. But I'm telling you, right now, we've decided that you've heard enough from us. This has kind of been starchy and stale, and we need something here to lighten things up. And so, without further ado, Mr. Kent Stetler is going to come, and I don't know what you're going to do.
I don't either.
Okay, so we're along for the ride. We're at about $10,000 in giving with the match, and we would encourage you to step right up and do your part. Start low, $25. You can sponsor some meals for a day. $900 sponsors an hour of operations for the school. And there you go. You've been waiting. And yes, so this last hour, $900. So Kent, sign up for that. And Kent's going to take it. We'll give you a report on the giving at the end of his time, but have fun.
Oh, and if you want to just go ahead and just pay that remaining, $50,000, $100,000, we can cut it right now, and I won't say something stupid and get fired. So it's going to be great. But at this point, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go on a little trip around the campus. It's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, we don't really know where we're going. I have a clipboard here. Scratch some stuff on it. We'll see if I stick to a script. Probably won't. And again, pray, saints, pray. But we're going to go out here. Just go ahead and follow me. We're going to take it in the field reporting into the administration building. Now, I don't give campus tours, don't really know anything about the school. I've just lived here for 15 years, don't know anything. That's Kevin Moser's job. This here is the original tree from God's Bible School. We cut it down on the south lawn. It's been here for 125 years. Oh, Tannenbaum. Over here, you'll see these lovely ladies, Nina, Pinta. This here must be Santa Maria. They were the longest tenured students of God's Bible School and College, 27 years to get the AA in General Studies, the original Victory Trio. We're really proud of them. Here we have some decorations and things. You'll know what it is. I don't see Joseph. I have questions about that, but we'll solve that another time. So, maybe you heard whenever we started the production this morning, we had a lot of snow. And I'm not a big fan of the snow. I just like to look at it, and then I just want to fly to, Tahiti or something like that. But there's a lot of commotion going on outside, and so we want you to we want you to experience the snow with us. So if we're going to do that, I have to have proper footwear. I ain't about to go out there in my Sunday best. So I got my boots on in the field reporting. Always be prepared. Now, Tyler, who's behind the camera, he's not prepared. He's got to hold on to the camera. But that's what happens whenever you're the videographer. You just hold the camera and you go out into the elements. So let's pray for Tyler. But let's go out here. Let's see what's going on. We're not going to go far. We don't want to drop the live stream. If we do, you just keep staying there and watching. We'll get it right back. Oh, look at all these people. Hey, everybody, say hi to the camera. Oh, these rascals. What are we doing? We building snowman? I don't know if you can see over there, but that is the worst snowman known to mankind. It's more of a Mount Vesuvius. Is it packable?
Not quite.
All right. Well, we're going to see what we can do. Why don't we Brad, come over here. Let's try to use this right here and let's build us a snowman. So one thing we want to do is, if you give right now in the next 30 seconds, we're going to build you your own snowman. We're going to keep that snowman alive for, the next, 12, 13 minutes here at least. Brad, what do you have? Look at that. That's textbook.
Beautiful.
That's textbook base for a snowman.
Oh, I agree.
Hey, do you have anything to say to our donors out there?
We need your help.
We do. Brad definitely needs your help. He really needs it in more ways than one. Financially, but also just about every other way. So, show us the textbook way of building the snowman.
From a official Ohioan, snow is basically my common friend. Packing snow, not so much.
Not so much.
But I might be able to make something, hopefully. And I got small. It's going to be a very, very tiny snowman. But I might be able.
So, we build the snowman according to your gift. For those of you who only gave $5, it's a very small snowman. If you give that $100,000, I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to get every ounce of snow on here. We're going to build the giantest snowman known to mankind. Don't hold me to that. I just think it would be pretty cool if we could try it. Brad's not going to do it. He's struggling with the smallest snowman. If we have him do the largest one, we'll be here for the rest of eternity. How's it going there, Brad?
Terrible.
Okay, well, we're going to come back to Brad. He's still working on this. What do we got? Okay, so we got the carrot. We have no anything else. All right, that's great. Snow. Well, that right now the carrot's larger than Brad's snowman, so that's a problem. How dare you! I didn't sign up for this. I didn't bring the proper clothing. Okay, I have a question for our donors. Do you have a special message for our donors?
Give.
Give.
Yeah, do it right now.
Do it right now.
Support us.
Not one thank you, just do it.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't have anything else.
Nothing to say.
Gloves are nice when you're playing in snow.
Oh yes. That's the thing.
It'll be a great blessing if you guys give.
A great blessing if you give. Let's head back this way. Brad's doing pretty good. Let's check in on it.
Oh, his body just fell off.
Oh, that's gross. Okay. We're getting closer though. Now this is a unique technique. We have the base going on here that looks nothing like a snowman, but we're still trying. Okay.
Not packable, but
We're gonna need that carrot here pretty soon.
his nose is gonna be stinking massive.
All right.
It's gonna look like Jim Carrey or something. All right.
We're almost there. This is the in the field reporting that we've needed so long at the hilltop. It's okay. We're getting close. Oh my goodness! I'm being attacked again! Don't hit the hair. There's not enough structural integrity to keep it up. Brad, finish it. I'm being attacked. Oh, I was like, how's it? Oh, that went down the shirt.
The nose ain't even gonna fit on it.
That's right to the lower back. That's not good.
Put it there.
All right. This is great.
No!
I think that's we're
Got it for you.
thank you.
There's a massive carrot there.
All the hairspray I used on there. All right. Well, Tyler, we're going to call it. It's not going to work. Guys, we appreciate you trying, but our snowman has died. Don't worry. That still doesn't mean that you can't give. Keep giving and we're going to figure it out. We're going to get 1,000 snowmen. Keep giving and we'll make a bigger snowman. You heard it here first. Let's go back inside. Hopefully it's a little warm and I can thaw. Tyler, I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that. I was attacked viciously. I feel a little bit betrayed. The snow is still melting down my back. It's not great. Hey, we're here at the front desk. This is sort of the bastion of defense, our first line of defense. Tell everyone your name.
My name is Juliana Wright.
And what jobs do you do here?
Oh, I'm an RA on second floor, and I work here at the phone desk, and I transfer calls to people.
So on the subject of transferring calls, who do you probably transfer the most calls to?
Joey Tillis, actually.
Why do you transfer calls to
A
him?
lot of businessy financial questions come through, and I just run them straight to him. And then I send some to you as well. So
Why do you send some to me?
you know, everybody loves you, and you're just the registrar, so they gotta ask all those questions about classes or transferring credits. You know, you're the guy.
That's right. If you need a transcript, you just call her and she'll transfer it to me. And if I'm not in, then leave a message. Actually, don't leave a message. Send me an email, registrar@gbs.edu, and I'll be happy to send you a transcript. 2 to 3 business years. We'll make sure it's get out, and it's going to be a great time. Let's see here. I'm checking the time because we must hasten to a close. Time is not our friend. You know what? We should probably do this. We should probably check on dear old mom. Try to encourage her. Make sure she's doing okay. We've been outside. She's going to probably criticize me for my attire. I looked spiffy until I was viciously attacked by rogue students with snow. But we'll go up there. We'll check on her. See how she's doing, try to encourage her. Let's go, Tyler. Up these stairs. You'll also notice on the walls here, we have some lovely presidents. It's great. Vince Miller, known for saying, that's one small step for man, one giant leap for GBS. Michael R. Avery, what a guy. Confessors have a freedom, deniers do not. Okay, let's head up here. Cheryl Waters, everybody. She's running. Okay, that's the fastest I've ever seen her run. Okay, guys, this is where we probably need to keep it. Oh, wait, Ozzy. This is the campus dog. Ozzy. Don't eat it. It's very expensive. Can you say something for the friends? Right now, friends, this is a serious moment. Ozzy needs your help. If you could donate $100,000, we'll be able to get him that hip replacement he's been needing so desperately. The poor little guy doesn't have much longer. So we need you to give right now. Giving Tuesday. a matching fund, $50,000, $100,000. It can spare Ozzy's hip bones. We'll see you, buddy. Hang in there. Okay, let's go. Hey, and another thing, one thing we want to do, just as a reminder, let's try to keep it down. Mom, she can get easily spooked, get riled. So we want to take it easy. Keep her safe. Don't do anything too scary, okay? Hey, Mom! Guess what?
What in the world?
We're live. We're live, Mom.
No.
Can you believe it? No. I don't know. I want to make sure I have the best angle. Tyler, should I be here, there? I want you to get my good side. Okay, that's great.
You don't have a good side.
You didn't have a good side. It's already starting. I can't believe it. Mom, I've been working hard on all of this stuff, and I have a lot of important questions. I don't know if you heard, but we had a snow day today. There's quite a bit of snow.
Wow. Like, what do you think?
I mean, there's a lot of snow. There's a lot. I think we have at least a foot out there, and I was viciously attacked by students with snowball fights on the way up here.
I can't believe it.
Can't believe it at all.
It seems to me like we got like maybe, I don't know.
What are you doing?
6, 7.
This is the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life. Okay, you know what? One more strike like that and you're out of here, okay?
Okay.
Okay, wow. Yeah, we did not sign up for this. Okay, back to the real business.
I think we did.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard, but we have, right here, guys, we have $100,000. I printed this off. This was from CauseVox, powered by CauseVox. It's a free thing, and I just was able to put this up.
So you're doing a fundraiser?
Yes, it's a fundraiser. Look, Mom, look right here. It's a fundraiser.
Oh, this is great.
Yes, it's a fundraiser for the school, Giving Tuesday. It's a very worthy cause, everybody.
Oh, I think people will really get behind
I think they will. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this here so that make sure people are able to give, okay?
I would think that people will really want to give to this project. This is the kind of thing that people can get behind.
A very worthy cause.
Absolutely.
I can't even tell you how helpful it'll be if you give at this very moment.
I'm glad to see it happening.
This is good.
It's time.
It's time. Okay, so I have a couple questions for you, Mom.
Oh, boy.
Okay?
You know I'm busy.
You are very busy. What are you doing these days?
What am I doing these days?
Yeah, like what's your job like?
Oh, well, there's a lot of numbers involved in finance and accounting.
Numbers don't lie.
No.
They do not.
They do not.
Feng Shui Chow.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is a fundraiser
Okay.
for Giving Tuesday. I don't know if you heard, but there's a very generous donor, $50,000. They're going to match.
This is great.
So if you give that last $50,000, we'll be at $100,000. I'm not much with numbers, but I do know how to add that.
That's true.
So right. So
that's true. Would you leave if I did? So this is very tempting.
This is very tempting.
If I could give to that worthy cause.
Exactly. So but the best thing I want to tell you about, like if we can raise some money, I believe there's a winner on the line. If I can raise the most money during my segment, then I get a pizza party.
Oh, that's great.
I know.
You.
I'm really hoping. I think it's just Little Caesars, but beggars can't be choosers.
That's true.
If it would have been a Jack's frozen pizza, I would have taken it.
If the school's having to pay for it, I'm just
that's
thinking.
Right. Also, if I do win, could we host it at your house? Right now, it's not really good for me.
You obviously don't know who you're talking to, little boy blue.
I have one party growing up. No parties at the Stetler household.
I can think of nothing better than a long evening full of small talk and oversharing.
Sharing and caring. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I hope that we can pull this off.
Oh, absolutely. I'll drive to New Mexico so fast it's not even nobody's business.
It's not going to happen.
All right,
no hosting of the party.
Well, okay, so no hosting for you. Yeah. But let's be honest, I'm probably not going to win the fundraiser anyways.
Unless people feel sorry for you.
That might. It's still possible for you to give. Okay, and stop. I haven't said anything too inappropriate yet, so we're not done yet. So let's give it that money.
Barely got started.
Mom.
Yes.
Why should folks give?
This is a great place.
Mm-hmm.
God's doing great things. I think we're all happy to be a part of it.
Yes, true.
Also, if people give, maybe I could afford to fill my candy jar.
Fill my cup, Lord.
That's what we're giving away now is air because things are rough, and so we need the money.
We do.
So let's fill those candy jars.
Let's do it.
Let's get Kent his pizza party.
Guys, you heard it here first.
That I'm not hosting.
You heard it here first. And don't forget, There's a big goal, big thing on the line. This
Worthy cause.
is a worthy cause we want to give to, right, Mom? I just want to make sure
get-
you're seeing the thermometer.
I'm seeing it go up there, and I think that's a really, really great project.
Really good project.
People want to give towards.
I'm very excited.
I'm happy about
So,
it.
Mom, we'll probably stop back in at the next live stream this afternoon. Do something you look forward
But
to.
wait.
Check in on you.
There's more?
Oh, there's more. There's a lot more. We're not even close to being done. The day is young, but why don't
But
you?
I am not.
You are not young. All right. Why don't you just give a sort of a final farewell to the folks until 1:00.
Bye, y'all. Please come back at 1 and watch the rest because it's gonna get real. It's gonna get fun.
It's gonna get fun. Okay. Well, let's start heading over this way. See ya, Mumsy, and let's find the El Presidente, and we can wrap it up for this first segment of the live stream. So we're gonna go back downstairs. Right here, just one quick thing. These pictures just speak for themselves. This was the original maintenance crew. Don't know. Okay, Tyler, watch your step. It's pretty trippy. These stairs have been known for many a people to fall. But let me show you this right quick, just in case you ever need to do that transcript. Right here, Office of the Registrar. Yours truly. So just keep that in mind. Hey, El Presidente.
Hey, how did it go?
You know what? I don't think I said anything inappropriate. I'll have to watch it back.
Okay.
But I don't think it was too bad.
The problem is this is live.
This is live.
Right? And so it's tough to edit live.
And I tried to warn you whenever you said, hey, I want you to do this for Giving Tuesday. I said live, L-I-V-E, live. But you said I had to do it anyway. So,
man. Well, did you get any money?
That I don't know. I did make a very promising appeal in Mom's office.
Yeah.
I think people are really gonna.
Does she have the funds, you think?
They're gonna. Don't worry, it's gonna come in. I'm confident about it.
Okay.
So I at this point, I think I'm done with my section. I've done all I can do.
All the damage you can do is
all
done.
the damage I can do.
John, what do we have here? So this is where we are right now.
Oh my word!
We've got a lot of room to go. You know what I'm saying,
guys? This needs to be more red.
Yeah. So anyway, all that red came while you were talking.
Oh yeah, they'll do whatever it takes to shut me up.
So please give. There are many options for you to give towards, and we would encourage you sponsor an hour here on campus, $900. Sponsor meals for a day, $25. Sponsor a student, $1,250. You can even sponsor a Bible class, $5,000. We'd love you to join us. Don't let this match go away.
That's right.
We're going to be back at what time are we coming back?
1:00.
1:00. And are you going to be around?
Well, unless we watch it back and you decide my services are no longer needed. But I think I'll be back.
I think you'll be back.
Okay.
All right. Join us again at 1:00.
We'll see y'all.